Hey, everybody. I'm Bill Kress, and I'm here at the Community Newspapers Studios. I guess they call it CNTV. And I'm with Mark Burns. He's the Executive Director of the Coconut Grove Business Improvement District. And he's been doing just an amazing job in the 2 years that he has headed up this organization. I mean, if anybody knows about the Grove, it is absolutely booming right now, and it has been over the last couple of years, and it's all because of you.
I love
Everybody, this
it. I
is
love it.
Mark Burns. So,
Pleasure. Great to meet everybody. Bill, thanks for the nice introduction.
yeah.
I love the Grove. It's a great place, and I'm very gracious that I was awarded this position and been able to do some good in the Grove and help a thriving community.
Well, I was going to say, what drew you to it? I mean, what made this job so appealing and attractive that you went for it and you got it?
I didn't really know much about a bid. I had worked for the city of Miami for 10 plus years, and it kind of just fell into my lap. A friend of mine had mentioned that there was a position available for the bid, and I was like, oh, shoot over the listing, right? So I could see what it was all about. And just from my perspective, right, it was almost tailor made to my strengths and things like that, right? I started it with more of a real estate background, managing properties, and I kind of think of the bid as the Business Improvement District as one big property, right, with several different owners, almost like imagine like a big retail shopping center, but just instead of one owner, it has multiple owners, right? So dealing with maintenance issues, security issues, things like that, and then marketing, having events, doing things like that. So from that, and then, I worked for City of Miami and asset management for about 10 years. So I had dealt more with the government side, which is, the bid is government-owned property, most of it, right? We don't own any private property, so it's really we're helping spruce up the city-owned property, and we kind of act as that liaison, that buffer between the city of Miami and many aspects of the county and the business community. So kind of with those two things, I have contacts with the county and the city that it just kind of was a great fit for me.
This bid concept is hard to explain to some people, the Business Improvement District, and you're not the only one within the county area, and certainly not nationwide. I mean, this is a common set-aside district with the goal of enhancing the beauty, enhancing the safety, and bringing in events that, with the mission being that you're going to support the businesses to get more people to come in and spend money and have a good time, right? So, but it is a defined area. It's not all of Coconut Grove.
Correct.
Right? Yeah.
Correct. I mean, I like to speak of it as almost like an association, right? You have a condo association, more of a business one, right? You can have business condos as well. I kind of look at it like that, and I'm like the head of the association, right? The business community decided, hey, we want to have this. The Grove was kind of having a little bit of a downturn in the late 90s, I think, early 2000s. And this is something that's very prominent in New York. There's hundreds of bids in New York and the state of New York. And they saw this opportunity to do something here and kind of breathe some life into Coconut Grove. And so this got formed. But yeah, I look at it as like an association. So they pay dues, they pay a fee to be in it, and they voluntarily pay it for a certain stretch period of time. And then we have board meetings, we have board members, and they kind of dictate what direction we're going to go and things under my guidance, obviously. But the real benefit of it is a lot of city funds that normally the city manager can use in any neighborhood or any area of the city of Miami. A lot of those different funds get held by our organization and then are used in Coconut Grove, right? So to benefit the businesses and to benefit the community of Coconut Grove, money spent in Coconut Grove stays in Coconut Grove. So it kind of acts as that conduit to kind of help the neighborhood.
So it is an agency or an extension of the city of Miami.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And in fact, the commissioner for the district, Damian Pardo, he serves as the chair of the board.
As my chairman, yes.
So is he your boss? Who's your boss?
I guess the full board would be my boss, right? But yeah, a lot. I deal with Commissioner Pardo a lot. I attend his staff meetings. I think one of them is about to take place in a little bit here, but
Maybe they'll tune in.
yeah. But yes, it's been great learning from him and how he operates his staff and things like that, and just you get a little bit more insight into the direction that the neighborhood and that the district's going in. So it's been really great working with him. He's an amazing man, and Coconut Grove's lucky to have him.
And most people see the Grove as a retail and a restaurant venue, a destination for that. But and that's amazing. It really is. It's growing. Every time you turn around, there's a new shop or a new restaurant. So something is working. You're bringing in the new businesses, but there's also a number of legacy businesses that have been there forever and ever, as well as there being a corporate presence. And most people see the face of it being retail, restaurants, good times, but there's a number of corporate entities that have found the area attractive. Can you think of a few? I mean, who is based there? Architectonica. There's a cruise line,
Azamara. Yeah, they're one of the bigger. They're not super well known, right? Unless you're a big cruisy. But yeah, no, that's one of the corporate. We also have some restaurant groups and things like that. Like the Ariette group is big in the Grove. They have several restaurants and things like that. Major Food Groups, I think, has a few restaurants in Coconut Grove as well. But they're strewn about Miami, all over the place. But yeah, it's a good mix. We don't have that huge amount of national chains and stuff like that, which is kind of what gives Grove a little bit of its flavor, right? Is having one-offs, mom and pops, or small local chains and things like that. And then, you get a sense of supporting your community and supporting your neighborhood, which is a big thing with Grovites.
Yeah. Now, you just came off of a really, really an intense period. One of the big functions of the bid is to manage events and do promotions of those events. What was big recently? The 4th of July was huge.
That's our big showcase event. The 4th of July. We
annual.
And this was a big one, 250 years. So yeah, we had a great show. Concert. We didn't typically we had the symphony for many years, but unfortunately things didn't work out with them this year. So we had a great turnout, many different acts coming on stage, fireworks as always, and it was a big hit with the community. We had Tony Sukar was and his percussion band was the lead act. They did a bunch of great Michael Jackson covers, and it was really a good time. The community was dancing along, and really went well. And we're really happy. And kind of that rolled into prior to and after the World Cup, right? So the summer is for the business community is a slow period down here in South Florida. It's hot. So with the World Cup, we really saw an upswing here, and we're sad to see it go, that it just ended
yesterday.
Yeah. Over the weekend. Yeah.
Yeah. But, speaking of hot, Miami Spice is about to start as well. And that is that's run by the county, who is it? The Greater Miami Visitor and Convention Bureau.
Yes.
And it's a countywide, but there's great participation, I believe, among the restaurants in Coconut Grove. It's big.
I think we've got 17 restaurants that are participating. So come out when you start seeing the Miami Spice. They'll have their Miami Spice menu that gives, typically it'll be like a 3-course meal or something for a set price, and they'll have a few different options. So it's really a good opportunity for you to go and check out a restaurant that maybe you've been hesitant to go check out. It's a really cool idea, and big shout out to the GMCVB for putting that, and David Whitaker and his team for putting that together.
And it's their 25th year.
Oh, really?
Running this. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if the Grove has been involved 25 years. But certainly our presence has been growing and growing, and that has something to do with the number of restaurants that are calling the Coconut Grove home, and including a number of Michelin star restaurants. So this is an opportunity to get into a very high-priced.
That's what I do. It's some of the pricier establishments. I'll go peruse and go get a meal from them when Miami Spice comes along.
Yeah. So what comes after that? Then we move into the holidays, but we're jumping way ahead. Yeah.
We're jumping way ahead, but we always do. We're gonna have a Halloween event this year. It's still under work, so I don't want to give too much about it. But and then we'll do our tree lighting and Small Business Saturday, which we typically do end of November, beginning of December. So a few things that we're working on. We get to rest for a couple of weeks, and then we're right back after the 4th of July, and then we're right back at it.
Yeah. Public safety must be an important aspect of making this area look more and more attractive.
100%.
100%, yeah. And you've got a great commander in place right now, working hard.
Freddie Cruz is our commander. These are other things that we do as a bid is establish relationships not only with the government but with the police force. So we get information on where any problems are happening and stuff like that, and we get it from both sides, right? We can get it from the police side and let us know if there's any issue, or sometimes there'll be I remember one time there was a cell phone theft thing that was going on, not national news or anything like that, but something that affects the community, and then the business community and the police can work together to kind of stamp something like that out. So we'll hear from the business community some troubles that they're having and report it to the police, whereas some people might, they're fine with we have a good relationship. They're not calling the police. They may be hesitant to do that for whatever reason, and then kind of we act as that liaison. And then we have some security officers also within the bid that ride around and just keep an eye on things and call the police if necessary as well.
But the area does have a very low crime rate, and I don't know what the stats are. I don't know if you do, but they do.
I do not, but I do recall hearing, they're the best they've been in a great long time, and not only in Coconut Grove but in Miami. So big respect to the police, and I know we got a new police chief, so I'm trying to set up with the commander a little meet and greet in Coconut Grove, so be on the lookout for something like that, like a coffee with a cop and a chance to meet the new chief.
Yeah. From an operations standpoint, you also focus on the beauty, the look, the feel of the village area. I had an opportunity to walk around with a couple of your operations folks, and the block by block team. Those are the people that are wearing the shirts, and you see them out there as ambassadors. They'll answer questions, but they're also cleaning up. But what amazed me was the attention to detail that your ops people. You walk down the sidewalk, and they're seeing things that we really wouldn't see, like a brick that's a little out of, or some graffiti, or a utility cover on a sidewalk. I mean, if all told, if there's a lot of those things looking like they're in bad shape, it says something about the neighborhood. Everything is impeccable. I mean, they're really on top of it.
Thank you. That's high praise for them. Yeah, they do a great job, and we're very appreciative to have them. But yeah, it goes with the territory, right? Before, like I said, I did property management back in the day and kind of trained myself to be aware of little things like that and pay attention to the details. And then unfortunately it took me into my home life, right? Where you're walking around and you're noticing every little problem. But that's the thing. People notice a dirty place, right? An unkempt place, but they don't really notice a clean place, right? They notice the negative, they don't notice the positive. So if people aren't talking about, how unsightly the Grove is, then that means we're doing it. We're doing our job, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, we do go out, and I try to walk the bid every day and point out some things, and I'm constantly just, I'll see some as good as they are. An extra set of eyes always helps, and it's the little things, right? If you let them add up, like you said, graffiti, stickers, little broken things here and there. The more you stay on top of the more beautiful something gets.
And it's not that far-fetched, and then people will feel safer, happier.
Right.
It's a happy grove.
That's it.
You're shooting for.
That's it.
What do you see? This question is like an interview question, a personal job interview question. What do you see 5 years from now? I mean, you mentioned how the Grove has evolved, and it went through a downturn.
Sure.
COVID hit, and it was interesting during that period that so many businesses there used the time to invest in enhancing and expanding, including Mayfair.
Right.
Or I'm sorry, Cocoa Walk.
Well, both of them.
Yeah, right,
both of them did.
Exactly.
All three. Yeah. The hotel Mayfair had a big renovation, and the office building and retail as well. But
yeah, so it went through the downturn. Things are just booming right now. How far can it go?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it's going to be even bigger. Right now there's a lot of construction going on. The Grove's thriving. It's really doing great. Just even on a weekday in the summer, if you walk around in the Grove in the early afternoon, the streets are busy. There's people walking around, going and into restaurants, going and doing shopping and things like that. But I think, there's a couple of big development projects going on in the Center Grove with the Ziggurat and the Well. So there's construction, there's blocked off sidewalks. We have, the project for the Kirk Monroe Park is going to be upgraded and enhanced. Fuller Street is going to be made level and have enhancements going to be beautified. We just passed the Playhouse just passed at City Commission where where an appeal was made on a decision by the Planning and Zoning Appeals Board. So just everything's moving forward. So that's going to bring about, the restoration of the historic Playhouse with a much smaller theater, new parking garage. So there'll be additional parking for people who want to come visit Coconut Grove. So just all of these things happening. And then hopefully, within a 5-year period, these will well be in the rear view. The streets will be open. There won't be quite as much construction and things like that. There's also a lot of new residential spots going up in the West Grove on Grand Avenue. So there's just a lot going on in Coconut Grove, and I think in 5 years' time, it's going to just be another level of just greatness to where Coconut Grove is going to be.
And I do know, I've heard that Commissioner Pardo's, one of his missions is to balance the original Grove with all of this incredible rapid growth that's going on. And there's billionaires moving in, but it's still a community. It's
sure
still an original. I think it was the original neighborhood in Miami. Is that what?
I believe it was. Yeah, I think it was the first neighborhood in Miami.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a lot of history there as well. Certainly with the Barnacle, and it was just one of the first, establishments along the coast, even before roads were in place.
Yeah.
So it's just a remarkable area, and the tree canopy it just draws people in. Residents, I mean, that isn't your audience per se, but because of all the improvements and the beauty of this area. There's a lot more residents that are finding it attractive. They're coming in and they're feeding the businesses, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, the residents are the customers. So I definitely get involved in the community. I try to support community organizations that are in Coconut Grove and things like that where we can. The community is a huge part of the business improvement district, and I think. To lose sight of that would be foolish, right? So I try to. It's all one big neighborhood, and the residents and the business community might not see eye to eye on every little thing, but we try to work together whenever possible.
Yeah, well, that makes for a better place for everyone.
That's
Your board of directors is made up of who are some of the stars on the board? How's that structured?
So
a lot of people are like, oh, the board, what a boring. But no, you've got some really, really big name people, I believe.
Yeah, no, it's It's great. I really love our board. They really care about Coconut Grove. Like you had mentioned before, Commissioner Pardo is our chair, and then our vice chair is Alejandra. Oh, she'll kill me for saying her full name there, but Alex Argudin she's the CEO of the Miami Parking Authority. So those two are fixed spots on the board. And then we have a couple more fixed. We have a representative from CocoWalk, which is currently William Rivas. Mm-hmm. And then we have a representative from the Mayfair, which is
is it Walu Properties?
Walu Properties. Yeah, I believe that is the name of the property. His name is escaping me right now, of course. I just interviewed him on a podcast as well. Timu Kip is the owner of the Mayfair, and he's on our board as well.
There you go. Well, then we can shift really quickly. What's your favorite pizza place?
New York Roma is probably the place I go most often for pizza. Miami Slice is about to open up over on McFarland, right across the street from New York Roma. So they'll have some different styles, right? Different. Miami Slice is a much more fancy pie, and New York Roma is your more New York style pizza. But yeah, that's definitely my spot to go. He comes out, he supports the community. He joins us in all our events and things like that. So that goes, that makes a big impact for me.
Yeah. The brand of the Grove. Well, here, I brought this. I forgot to put it on.
I love it.
Oh my God. Yeah. The brand is really important. It really is. And you've got a team that is working to promote the brand, not just locally, but internationally as well. And your entire team consists of 4 people.
We're a tiny little team.
I mean, I simply can't believe that the work product, what comes out of that shop. It's amazing. But the marketing and promo, I mean, social media, all of the metrics are growing, I would imagine.
Yeah, leaps and bounds. And that's where the world is right now, social media and all that. And it's definitely not my forte, but I'm learning about it and I see the impact, and it's tremendous. And our marketing director is phenomenal, and our events director is phenomenal. And we all have our specialties, and I'm a little bit of the jack of all trades. I've done, a lot of these different roles throughout my tenure and working. So it's like we all kind of put everything together and make it work.
And your business communications person is remarkable.
No doubt.
The website is an amazing place to go to. It has all the events listed, but also it has a number of business profiles. It really
Coconut Grove
community.
CoconutGrove.com. I know that's a difficult one to remember, but if you can, right, check it out. And our events calendar gets like 1 million visits a month. It's crazy the amount. But yeah, if you want to know what's going on in Coconut Grove, if you're a business in Coconut Grove and you want to put an event on the calendar, not a problem. It's all done. We do more curation. There's an ability to do it yourself if you're in the Grove and you want to make an announcement of a tasting group you're having or whatever special event that you guys are taking place. We'd love to have you on there and spread the word.
You've also you got a keen eye on the accessibility from a transportation standpoint into the Grove and around the Grove. What's cooking there with the electric? Yeah,
so we just I think maybe kicked off in April or May of this year our agreement with Circuit. And Circuit, we've been getting amazing feedback and amazing ridership from the community. And the great thing, right, is the biggest drop off and pickup spot on their route is the train station on 27th. So that tells me people are using public transportation, and that's the whole idea, right? It's the last mile, right? So yeah, you can take the train, but then what do you do when you get there, right? And instead of calling an Uber and having to pay $15-20 to traverse, 1 mile,
right?
Right now, Circuit is doing it for free. So it's a great thing. There's been tremendous positive feedback from the community. And the reporting that I'm getting back from Circuit is that there's been tremendous use. So we're very happy with it, and we hope to see it continue to grow and the word to get out.
And I'm an avid user. I come in on Tri-Rail as often as I can, switch over to the Metro, hop out at the 27th or the Coconut Grove station, and then you call this Circuit, and boom. It's a little warm to walk right now. I generally do like to walk, but it's impossible. So that's good. That's good to see. And it also offers an opportunity for advertising. The businesses can jump on, little posters on the side, or
Yep. So there's going to be, I think for the first 6 months, it's free to all passengers, and then there's going to be a nominal fee. It's $1 or $2 per rider. With certain exceptions, the seniors are going to be free. And then I think if you're coming from the train station, it'll be free, right, to encourage that those people coming into the bid. So there's going to be certain exclusions, but things like that. And those will help buy down the cost to the city and to us, the amount of money we're putting in, as well as advertising, right? You can get advertising on the vehicles and things like that. And then that also lowers our expense to be able to have the money to spend on other things in the Grove.
And we got just a few minutes left. Who is Mark Burns? That sounds like,
I don't know that I've ever been asked that. Yeah. Who is Mark Burns?
Yeah.
I'm a unique individual for sure.
Yeah.
But listen, I'm a guy that I'm a family man.
Yeah.
I'm very involved in my community with youth sports and things like that. I kind of have I live up in Broward, right? So I have my home life and then I have my work life, and it's, I love them both. I love the community down here in Miami. It's just the people here are amazing, and the people in Coconut Grove have welcomed me with open arms. So like Coconut Grove's my second home down here. But yeah, that's what I would say. I'm a guy who likes to have a good time, have fun, but I, work hard, play hard type person. But I'm passionate about my job and seeing, I'm passionate about my employees, right, and seeing them succeed and do well and learn and grow. And that's it. I'm a giver. I like to make people happy. I like to see people. It makes me feel good to see other people feel good.
Yeah. And you got a hell of a product to be working with.
I am blessed to be down in Coconut Grove. To me, it's the nicest place in South Florida to live.
But you got to take some credit for it. I mean, I hear you're doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
Yeah, and your style is welcoming and calming, and because I'm sure there's a lot of stuff coming at you every single day. Sure.
Hey, you listen, and if you can help, you help. If you can't, you point them in the right direction. Yeah. Of somebody who can.
Yep. Anything you'd like to add? Is there anything I forgot to ask?
We kind of remarked a little bit about the Playhouse. That's going to be a big deal. Super excited about that.
For so long, what?
I know it's just been
knock it down.
15, 20 years in the making of getting this to finally move forward. But I think it's going to be great. I know there's some who aren't in favor of it, but I think when it's all said and done, I think it's going to become a part of the community, and people are going to enjoy it and be happy that it move forward.
And it's going to energize the. Was that the southern end of the bid? Yeah.
I say the west, right? But I say the west end, but yeah, people say south. Some, Florida kind of curves on the end there, so I lose my bearings. But yeah, no. Visit coconutgrove.com. Come out and check out our website. Follow us on Instagram. And Facebook and all the other, and LinkedIn, on all the different platforms, and yeah, come support us. If you want to know what's going on, check out the calendar of events page, and if you have any questions or anything, you can reach out to us through the website, through a link in the website, and yeah, we're here to help.
And you folks answer the phone. Yeah. Anyhow, Mark, what a treat. And a pleasure talking with you today.
Bill, thank you so much for having me. It's always,
yeah, of course.
You got it.
We'll see you around.
We'll see you around.
All right. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.